It's a controversial policy that aims to bring jobs to areas stuck with high unemployment rates. Right now, 24 U.S. states have adopted the Right to Work law, which lets workers choose whether or not they pay union dues. Christina Howard toured the Midwest to see the results of the program and joins us with the first installment in her series. Christina.
Tara, Right to Work is supposed to attract new businesses and new jobs, in part by weakening unions and empowering employers and employees. It's a policy the Conservatives are planning to campaign on in an attempt to lure business here. But as we saw, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence, or in this case, on the other side of the border. This was the scene 2 years ago outside of London's Electromotive Diesel. 500 workers locked out because they wouldn't accept a 50% cut to their wages. Seemingly overnight, the plant closed. The jobs moved south of the border, leaving hundreds without work, like Kelly Gordon.
I think I was shocked. I figured, at some point they would go back to the table and there would be a discussion and we would lose some things, but I didn't figure that they would close our plant.
But Progress Rail, the parent company, did, and expanded operations in Indiana, a right-to-work state.
Progress Rail is relatively new for us. We were very fortunate and delighted to have them located in Muncie and in Delaware County, and they are growing.
In February 2012, as EMD workers were locked out, Indiana's governor was trying to help his state out of the recession and into jobs.
The fact that Indiana was the first right-to-work state in the Midwest is an important selling point for Indiana.
The idea was to attract jobs here by giving workers a choice. They don't have to join the union in a unionized workplace, and they don't have to pay dues if they don't want to. Jay Julian's job is to bring jobs to Muncie. He says the law helps.
We're getting more projects now, or at least getting an opportunity to participate in more projects than we did before.
But Nancy Guyu, who represents 300,000 workers in the state, says the law hasn't had any positive impact.
We are still above the national average with unemployment rate. We still have an incredible number of folks who are looking for work in Indiana. It hasn't brought in any jobs that we're able to track at all.
While Indiana's unemployment rate has improved since Right to Work became law, it hasn't kept pace with national levels.
Every company who has been claimed to have come here due to Right to Work, they were already here or they were already coming here.
Like Magna, which has remained unorganized since it came to Indiana.
In 2005, Magna opened its first Muncie plant. In 2011, it announced plans to open this facility. In the years just prior to Right to Work legislation coming into effect, the Canadian manufacturing giant had created 300 good-paying jobs in Muncie, Indiana.
Without Right to Work. Unions say Right to Work's biggest impact is on them. They're still forced to represent workers who are no longer paying dues, stretching the union's resources even thinner.
It has emboldened employers to seek more concessions at the bargaining table.
2 years after the law has passed, Muncie still looks much the same. Locked up factories, neglected sidewalks, forgotten homes.
We have more and more people who are making poverty level wages, and there are no jobs.
Now tomorrow we'll be looking at the potential for Right to Work laws in Ontario and hear why the Tories think it could help to plug the leak of Ontario jobs to the States.
Thank you very much, Christina. Well, we'd like to hear from you on this issue. Go to